Hang time, moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge to the game like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face and credit, hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a play to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I say, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look,
one of the best, the lively, and now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for the Spurs, we've got White. Hurdle is out there at Derozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward.
Derek White played his first 3 years at Division III UC Colorado Springs. This guy ended up being the 29th pick in the 2017 draft out of Colorado. In his long season with the Buffaloes, he was all Pac-12 first team and all defense.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Here's Walker. Steven Adams making his last shot. That's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Here's Dort. That one's not going to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And coming out of high school, White's only scholarship offer was a partial one to Colorado Springs.
And you know what, guys? Sometimes rejection like that can actually fuel you to greater heights. It put a chip on his shoulder. He plays with an edge. He improved, transferred to the Pac-12 for his senior season, and really the rest is history. He's got a promising future as an NBA player in front of him.
And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant Clark and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba. Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's Dort. Good on the three-point shot.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Clark coming out of Washington is a one-and-done. DeJounte Murray was considered a raw prospect.
Yeah, very raw. The 29th pick in the 2016 draft, guys, taken by the Spurs. Excellent physical tools and outstanding athleticism. Was surprising that he left when he did. I recall that when I heard. But at 6'5", a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a chance to be special.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Thunder. Dort misses. Spurs have gone 2-3 here to start out the game. And DeRozan kicks to Walker. Pass to Purdy. Plays it up and banks it in.
There's no stopping Purdy when he has the ball in that spot. Just abusing the defense down in the paint.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Adams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Adams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
For three, Murray. The shot, no good. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Here's Murray, the Thunder making the shot. An easy 2 points on the layup. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
Murray showing you real poise that time, guys, converting on aggressive defense. The concentration, outstanding.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Burke. Gay comes in for Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder.
Simply got to love the way Noel finishes his dunks. I mean, so strong around the cup.
Pass to Forbes. Mills dishes to Forbes. It's good from long range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. There's 42 seconds left here in the opening quarter. He gets it in there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
San Antonio with the ball. Following the score by Oklahoma City. The drive by Gay. And a missed layup.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Derozan. And Adams sends it back. The Thunder shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is just...
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives them a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Ferguson, Mike Muscala out there with Nerlens Noel. Then it's Chris Paul, and it's Diallo in at shooting guard. The 3 from Mills, and the 3 ball is good. Mills has got 5 points in the quarter. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
From deep, Gay. Rebound by Muscala. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Diallo. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Marco Bellinelli picks one.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. From outside the arc, Oklahoma City keeps it going, and his shot clock of 14 seconds.
Well, it's really not hard to see why Noel is seen as one of the better rebounders in the game. He really uses that great length of his to get to a lot of missed shots.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
To the inside. Here's Zeller. And there's the pass to Forbes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's Gay on the way. He kicks to Mills for the 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for that matchup with the Pelicans, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge. What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pirtle, he's checked in for Zeller. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Derek White's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills. White drives in. It's not going to go for him. The Thunder leading by 7.
You know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
Here's Adams. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists tonight.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Murray, it's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5. Well, you were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
And the Spurs making a change here. Walker's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Gallinari, he's checked in for Muscala. Schroeder surveying the floor. Baseline J on the way. Here's Adams. And foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. You're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Well, you know, that part of Murray's game has to be there for him, and I know how hard he's worked to improve his three-point shooting. Good to see.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Ferguson for 3 with the putback, and it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got 12.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pirtle kicks to DeRozan. Out to the right wing. From deep, Walker. The shot, no good. No good that time. And the first half is now in the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A big night so far for Steven Adams. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and medal.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Steven Adams.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Derek White is out there with Murray. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Murray, no good. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Thunder. Here's Dort. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
They get it back. Adams, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Paul's got his third bucket of the night. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Adams. Over White. Fires from 14. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Paul. Here's Gallinari. Passes it to Dort. Hits it from three-point range. Dort's got 8 points.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Hurdle finds Derozan. Just 5 to shoot. Here's White. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. The Thunder leading by 20. Paul surveying the floor. Again, the miss by Paul. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Well, since the All-Star break, these point guards have been doing their share of work on the boards. Take a look at their rebounding numbers in the second half of the season. DeJounte Murray, 4th.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's no coincidence. The ability to have an impact everywhere on the floor, not just on the perimeter. I think that's what separates a lot of the great point guards from the good ones.
That's a 2 from Paul. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Walker dishes to Forbes. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Clark, last couple years, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge. A gigantic weapon for a lot of teams. You live by it, you die by it. Some teams can accept, though, the ramifications of a bad shooting night.
Yeah, I think it's too big a premium not to really overweight the three-point shot. A 50% premium on that particular field goal when it goes down. But I do like to see balance. Attacking the rim, spacing the floor. I love to see guys and teams shoot the mid-range shot as well. But the three-point shot and the way teams use it and shoot it is here to stay for sure.
Gay passes to Bellinelli. And he's good on the 3-ball. Bellinelli's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Bellinelli has a shooter's mentality, so you got to know where he is as soon as he catches the ball.
Pass to Noel. Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. Bertle, he is checked in for San Antonio. 54 seconds left in the third. Back to Diallo. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Noel. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Noel's got 8 points.
Really got to admire how confident Noel looks from the mid-range. I mean, squaring up and knocking down these shots consistently.
Oklahoma City leading by 19. Schroeder kicks to Diallo. Fires for 3. And it's Schroeder missing. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. It's tipped. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Tries a three off the inbound. Poke loose. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And stolen by Gay. Got it up. He made it! He caught it!
Big time!
Wow! Wow! And so it's Oklahoma City with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Mike Muscala, Andre Robertson out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Noel, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. To the paint, here's Noel. Kicks to Robertson. Three-pointer. Rebound San Antonio.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Schroeder. Mills can't hit. The Thunder leading by 14. Pass to Schroeder. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Noel wide open. He fires. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And, you know, when Noel gets the ball in a good spot, he pulls up with no hesitation, shoots it with a free mind. He loves taking the defense by surprise. Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Ferguson, the pass to Muscala. Schroeder outside, 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Gay. Gay's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. The 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Derek White's checked in for the Spurs. Murray comes in for Patty Mills. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Alinari, he's checked in for Muscala. To the left side wing. Back to Schroeder. The 17-footer. Gallinari, and it's Gallinari on the follow.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Derozan. Oh, and the jam by Derozan.
Tell you what, I don't know of anybody more aggressive at attacking the basket than Derozan. A lot of his points come off the drive.
Schroeder kicks to Ferguson. It's stolen by Derozan. And finished off by Derozan.
Well, that's a signature move from Derozan, guys. Gets up ahead of steam, then finishes strong. Boy, I like that aggressiveness.
Schroeder passes to Ferguson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. Greg last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Walker's checked in for the Spurs. It's Derozan with the drive. Oh, and the jam by Derozan.
Well, you look at Derozan's game, and he's a powerful finisher. That's really one of the main staples of his attack.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Schroeder. Clock at 6. To the inside. And there's Gallinari on the assist by Schroeder. 8 points for Gallinari.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Thunder.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steven Adams.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards and came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. Here's White. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, Clark, underrated athleticism for Derek White. For a 6'4" guard, he can finish above the rim.
And not only that, guys, but he also blocks shots. I mean, coming out of college, he and #1 pick Markelle Fultz, the only players in the Pac-12 that rank top 10 in scoring, assists, and blocks. That's a heck of a triple.
And Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Outside, White. Out to the right wing. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the shot goes down.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Here's Dort. Nails the wide open jump shot. And the Thunder lead by 13.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by Walker. There's the three. Off the mark. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche Le NBA, the NBA. DA. He's doing it all, DA. Thanks. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Šarić.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Now here's Booker. The tray. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Boy, this guy's operating like a 10-year vet. Booker making all the right decisions almost immediately.
Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Gallinari passes to Adams. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Tries from 10, and there's Booker on the assist by Bridges. 7 points for Devin Booker.
What tremendous instincts as a scorer for Devin Booker. Get in that mid-range game, sir.
They need this. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Here's Booker. That one rolling around and rims out.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Here's Adams. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This guy is used to drawing contact. Adams outworks and out-hustles anyone in his way.
And here's Booker from the arc. Again, the miss by Booker. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Booker. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And Booker kicks to Ayton. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. Get this break in the action. Let's find out which rookies have been lighting it up from downtown this month. Sharks checked in for the Suns. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Noel's checked in. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Noel. Paul outside. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Noel. Paul for 3. It's good from long range. And this game is tied up now. Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The Suns getting the bucket. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Paul goes in. Got a hand on it.
Boy, really tough to score on DeAndre Ayton. Such a patient shot blocker, guys.
So both teams changing it up here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. 8th in three-point shooting. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the Suns. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Saric looking around. From deep three-point range, Kaminsky, great positioning on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Baines lays it up off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Oklahoma City trailing. Schroeder outside. Here's Muscala. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
It's all tied in Phoenix. And the second quarter will get underway. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the
toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Suns, Dario Saric is out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Aaron Baines. Then there's Carter. And it's Jerome in at the 1. Looking at Oklahoma City, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Jazz. Passes to Noel. Now Diallo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's stolen by Carter. Here's Saric. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Ferguson kicks to Muscala. 5 on the clock. Here's Noel. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
I absolutely love to see Noel working on different aspects of his game. Loves fooling the defense with that up fake.
Johnson, he's checked in for Dario Saric. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Robertson, he's checked in.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
Noel wide open. He fires. And too long on the shot.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit. Who knows? But he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. That shot wide open. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Kaminsky. No good. Shot missing. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Schroeder. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, you have to take advantage of the chippies when you get them. Nice job by Dennis Schroeder in close.
Gallinari with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And the dunk by Robertson. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Carter against Schroeder. Here's Baines. No good off the back of the rim.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And it's Gallinari missing. The Suns trailing. Fast break. Here they come. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Mikal Bridges comes in for Frank Kaminsky. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And you got to love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Here's Booker. And again, it's the Suns missing. Here's Oklahoma City now. They've got an 8-0 run. Paul passes to Robertson. Back to Paul. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Adams. It's deflected. And here's Booker from the arc. And again, it's the Suns missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lets the three fly. The Thunder pull it in.
And after nailing a three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Thunder.
The Thunder leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd assist on the night. Booker, right side. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
This is not a young man you want to send to the line. Booker's already a lights-out foul shooter.
The first one falls.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. During one stretch, and that should...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You've got to like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the small forward. Rubio against Paul. Gallinari, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. 2018 rookie class has been something to watch, Doris. Talent at the top, but also some terrific mid-round picks.
No question. Landry Shamet is a guy who I think can be a clutch, big-time scorer who does not seem bowed by any moment, doesn't seem to be affected by pressure. Mitchell Robinson had one of the great shot-blocking seasons in New York Knicks history. I know the team didn't have success, but as a second-round guy, Mitchell Robinson could have an awfully long career.
Here's Adams, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Booker with no one around. Again, the miss by Booker. The Thunder with the lead. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 5 points so far.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Booker looking around, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And Gallinari throws it down.
go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Ball outside. Again, the Thunder score.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Rubio against Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. Rubio misses.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Doris Adams, a terrific player on the floor. But you know what? He's a great teammate as well. They always talk about the great chemistry he brings to the Thunder.
And anyone who's had a conversation with Steven Adams knows he is quite a character. This guy is so easygoing. He's fun. I think he brings a great vibe to the locker room.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Suns shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
It's Schroeder with the drive. Makes it off the glass. He has 6.
And this is Schroeder's game, right? Get off the dribble drive with a quick first step. Nice.
Baines passes to Carter. Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Schroeder, but they'll get another chance. Bridges, no one around him. Rebound by Muscala.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
Sharks, that's good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And here's Schroeder. 6 points for him. Inside, here's Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Muscala's got the lead up to 7 now for Oklahoma City. Jerome passes to Bridges. Here's Saric. Down low. And the rejection by Noel.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back.
He gets that one. And it's a 9-point Thunder lead.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
30 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Baines kicks to Carter. The Suns need to get a shot off. But they get it back. Saric outside. Carter outside. Back to Saric. Fires from deep. Oh, he misses the dunk. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder. They're up by 9. And we're... Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're...
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Bridges and Saric make up the forwards. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backcourt.
Here's Robertson. To the paint. And Adams kicks to Ferguson. Free throw line jump shot. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Ferguson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Thunder. Rubio dishes to Booker. From past the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Thunder going the other way now. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Schroeder leading the charge. It's stolen by Sharks. It's deflected. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Andre Ayton's checked in for Phoenix. Gallinari passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Booker outside. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. The pass to Ayton. And he gets it to go.
Well, look at the fluidity in the screen and roll. DeAndre Ayton, so good at taking what he sees in these sets.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. Tries it from 9. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Back to Bridges. Pass to Booker. Fires from 18. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Booker's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Suns. Adams finds Paul. Back to Adams. Passes it to Gallinari. Fires, high post. No good that time. And Phoenix the other way now. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And the Suns get it back. Kaminsky dishes to Ayton. There's the pass to Rubio. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Booker. The offensive rebound.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Paul with the ball. To the middle. Here's Gallinari. It's blocked. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's his first foul. Sharge checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Suns trail by 7. And Rubio kicks to Booker. .109 left here in the fourth quarter. This one for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Booker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young, but he's got big-time game.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. T right on him. Paul looking around. They could use a bucket. Good on the jump shot. And the Thunder lead by 6.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Pass to Dort. Launches it. Back to Paul. From deep.
Boy, bodying up there, making sure to get position. That's really nice rebounding technique.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltend. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. RPM tech benefits this resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and
In your face.
You play 2K
all the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do.
The city of New Orleans, really a sight to see it. And we've got, well, they are fun to watch, that's for sure, Dave. Thank you. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the small forward. And for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the 1. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
And it's Williamson missing. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. Shoots over Ingram, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy. Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Dort passes to Gallinari. Adams right side. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, you might ask for help down there. You got to push Steven Adams out of the paint, and you can't give him good looks like that.
Ball kicks to Williamson. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Oklahoma City. And the dunk by Williamson.
Man, the defense learned a valuable lesson there. Don't let Williamson get to that launching pad around the rim.
Paul finds Gallinari. Fires from the line. Nice jump shot. Good. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pass to Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Back to Ingram. Holiday surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And here's Ingram from the arc. Gallinari with the rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 8. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. Passes it to Dort. And here is Adams. He's covered by Ingram. Count the basket.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Pelicans trail by 8. The pass to Williamson. Now Ingram. And there's Williamson on the assist from Favors. 6 points for Zion Williamson.
Capable of doing some real damage. Give Williamson the rock in a spot like that, and he is going to burn you.
Dort. That 3 off the mark. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Ingram, and the layup falls.
The instincts of Ingram, just seeing a lane and pouncing on it in a blink of an eye.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. Paul with the bucket.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Favors passes to Holiday. Ball kicks to Williamson. Back to Ball. To the inside. And that one's good. Williamson's got 8.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Paul dishes to Adams. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Great effort from Adams there. We know he has that size to take the contact, but determined on that play to get the points.
It's stolen by Adams. And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Dort. He's covered by Ingram. Now Paul. Lets it go from deep. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruise. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne.
It's been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GA spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
Taking a look at the Thunder, they've got Noel, Mike Muscala out there with Ferguson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in a shooting guard. A nice shot by Melly.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Schroeder against Jackson. Schroeder passes to Muscala. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly, Brent, he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
Redick passes to Hayes. Schroeder against Jackson. Hayes with it. No points in the game yet for him. And Redick kicks to Hart. 4 on the clock. Off target at the rim. The Thunder leading by 6. Kicks it out to Schroeder. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Jackson. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Hart the pass to Jackson. New Orleans moving it around. Hayes no good. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Only giving up 2 points this quarter, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Okafor's checked in for the Pelicans. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Robertson, he's checked in. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
It's clear Robertson just knows his strengths and stays within himself. Good job of recognizing how to score.
Pass to Mellon. Back to Redick. For three. Good on the triple. The Thunder with the lead. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Muscala kicks to Robertson. Here's Schroeder. A three-pointer off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Hart the pass to Redick. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. It's stolen by Muscala. Here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. You see the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing that.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Melly. He's covered by Muscala. Shot clock at 5. And it's Melly missing. The Thunder leading by 7. Stolen by Jackson. Beyond the arc. And it's Melly missing. Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Pass to Muscala. The high post shot. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Ferguson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Thunder.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Hart the pass to Melly. Over Robertson. Rebound by Muscala. The Thunder have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And it's Noel missing. The Pelicans have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Finished off the break. Noel's got his first points of the night.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. And big. And that's a wrap for our halftime show, the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Zion Williamson with a strong contribution so far, guys, in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at it.
Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Well, this season, the Pelicans finally getting themselves their own G League affiliate, the Erie Bayhawks in Pennsylvania. And in 2022, they'll move closer with renovations to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. And when that's completed, it's really going to help out the young core and the draft picks that have been collected by David Griffin to do some player development that's going to keep this team competitive for a very long time.
Here's Dort. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Adams just continuing to grind it out. Outstanding staying after that possession. And then he grabs a second chance deuce.
It's stolen by Adams. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Gallinari leading the charge.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And Brett, kind of a musical chairs situation for the Bayhawks, the original franchise. This season, moving to College Park, Georgia, to become the Skyhawks.
That's right. That team was affiliated with the Atlanta Hawks, and now the Pelicans take over for the next 3 years in Erie with the new Bayhawks franchise before that move to Alabama in 2022.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Outside Holiday, passes to Favors. Right side Holiday. New Orleans moving it around. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
A moment here to see the numbers for Brandon Ingram. Averaging about 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Hayes, he's checked in for Derek Favors. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Diallo's checked in. Gallinari. It's rebounded by New Orleans. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
1 of 5 here, Kevin, to start the half. Their offense looks like it's shrinking right now. You just watch Zion Williamson, and everybody's so curious about where it is that he fits positionally. We do know this. In terms of his power and athleticism, he's already elite. And in this league, he's going to find ways to make contributions. And where he likes to hang his hat is the way he plays defensively. And for a young player to gravitate towards that, that's something special.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. Hart, he's checked in for New Orleans. Reddick comes in for Lonzo Ball. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. Outside Holiday. 5 on the clock. The feed to Williamson. Over Gallinari. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Hayes has got his first 2 points of the night. The Thunder leading by 20. Schroeder dishes to Adams. Back to Schroeder. He feeds it to Gallinari. And the pass to Adams. Here's Diallo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Good. And Brent with Zion, he's a great fit for a team that will want to get up and down like the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt that he has already infused this city and this franchise with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm to watch his growth. But the mindset of Zion Williamson is about what he can do for the team. And that's what I'm most interested in. What kind of plays can he make? And him playing defense and using that ability down there to ignite the offense, that's where he can make some immediate impact.
And Hayes kicks to Hart. Feeds to Williamson. Over Gallinari. And it's Williamson missing.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Charity stripe shot. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. For New Orleans, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. The kick out to Holiday. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Williamson over Diallo. And it's Williamson missing.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. Pass to Diallo. Fires the three. That shot off the mark. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
You just got to do a better job of executing.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Oklahoma City right now, Ferguson out there with Noel. Then there's Robertson, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Schroeder in at the point. Hart, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Count that one. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought two ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard. It's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that in high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. New Orleans making a switch here. Williamson's checked in. Here's Dort. He's covered by Ingram. Here's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Ingram outside. Inside. Favors passes to Williamson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Here's Paul, and the rejection by Favors. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Ingram with it. He's picked up by Paul, and it's Williamson missing. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts, being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Noel tipped back in for 2. Noel's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Yep, that one goes. And that's now 8 points for Chris Paul.
Just love to see Chris Paul operate in that area. Slows himself down. Great balance. That's one of his many strengths.
1:36 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Thunder have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Thunder.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Steven Adams.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Beasley, good.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
The shot by Redick, no good. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and then he's off to the races. That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Here's Beasley. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
And so the Thunder now can just hold on to the ball. And Robertson has it in the corner. From 13, it's rebounded by New Orleans. It's Redick on the wing. Misses the three.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
That's his first personal foul.
He misses the free throw.
2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. From deep three-point range, no good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll...
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting... Well, and let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
And the starting group for the Spurs. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's Derozan. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Walker in at the 3 slot. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3. You can see it, Doris, with some of these good teams trying to build momentum as we get closer to the postseason.
You seem to know and understand which teams are good on both sides of the basketball. Are they top 5 efficiency, offense and defense? And as you know, Kevin, if there's a player with a hot hand, that can really make a difference in round 1.
Absolutely. And it's Derozan missing. Now the Thunder with it. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. And it's Gallinari missing. Pass to Pirtle. Derozan on the wing. Over Gallinari. And the basket by Derozan.
Well, I think one thing about Derozan, I don't think there's a phase in the game that he can't score from. This guy is so well-rounded.
And stolen by White. It's hauled in by Adams. It's tipped. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Derozan. Here's Pirtle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, terrific use of the pump fake by Pirtle. He gets his man in the air, draws the contact. That move is just so effective.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So it's the Thunder now. It's a 3-point game. Paul passes to Dort. To the inside. Here's Adams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Walker. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. And it's White missing.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down. Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Paul with the ball, now guarded by Murray. In transition, here come the Spurs. Walker's running. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out in pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Zeller is checked in for Jakob Pirtle. Gay comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Mills dishes to Zeller. The kick out to Walker from the arc. And there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Walker.
And Gay is quick at getting his shot off. Can't give this guy any separation, even as the pass is coming his way.
Diallo, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. It's Schroeder with the drive. To the paint. Mills with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. There's a minute 40 left to play in the first quarter. Back to Mills. Gay right side. And the layup's good off the glass. Gay's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with it.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. San Antonio leading by 7. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Bellinelli finds Gay. Goes up on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Schroeder, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
This guy has quality wingspan for his size. Dennis Schroeder can adapt and adjust to defensive pressure.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he didn't do him any favors in their last game. His performance at the line was porous.
And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. They lead by 4. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
And that does it for the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Thunder. Diallo out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Robertson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Noel in at the 5.
Love watching Gay stroke it from there. His in-between game is strong. Measures it perfectly.
And it's Noel missing.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Alinari, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Hall comes in for Dennis Schroeder. The Spurs also changing it up. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Tyler Zeller. And it's Derozan in for Patty Mills. It's hauled in by Diallo. It's stolen by Derozan. In transition, here come the Spurs. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Well, that fast break set in motion by the defensive steal by DeMar DeRozan. You talk about good defense leading to instant offense. That's it.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams comes in for Noel. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Diallo. San Antonio also making some changes. White comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray subbed in for Bryn Forbes.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
White looking around. The pass to Gay. Outside DeRozan.
Well, Steven Adams will make you think twice if you're coming near the cup. He will send it back.
Derozan finds White over Robertson. Misses off the right iron. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. And San Antonio also making a switch. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's Derozan missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
The Thunder have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Paul outside. Pass to Ferguson. Back to Paul. 6 to shoot. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Spurs shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a 3, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building 3. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Walker finds Murray. Shot to stop the run. He lays it in. Murray's got his first points in this one.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Pass to Adams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Adams has got the lead up to 3 now for Oklahoma City. And yes, it's good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 5. Ferguson kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from the wing.
And after nailing a 3-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
There's Walker with the 3. Gallinari with the rebound. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot. Here's Adams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
This guy is used to drawing contact. Adams outworks and out-hustles anyone in his way.
Here's Derozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And here's Schroeder. He had 27 points last game. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder out in front. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a... And that'll do it.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay. He's
done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
On the floor for San Antonio, Derozan out there with Pirtle. Then there's Murray. Then it's White. And it's Walker in at the small forward.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
It's tipped.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Al Paul. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Murray with it. Chris Paul covering. Pirtle, the pass to Walker. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That's his first foul.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Derozan. Paul right side. Again, the Thunder score.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
The Thunder leading by 5. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I'll tell you, there might not be anyone in the league who enjoys a nice opportunity to send it in as DeMar DeRozan. How about the bounce and a step?
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. 4-point game. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Here's Adams, and DeRozan sends it back.
But DeMar DeRozan, really strong effort on the defensive end, pays off by sending that opportunity back.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
1:37 left in the third quarter. Gallinari outside, puts up a 3, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists now in the game. Murray for 3. No good on that one. Paul with the defensive effort. The Thunder leading by 7. All alone, and White slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Gallinari. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Gallinari's got the lead up to 7 now for the Thunder. Passes it to DeRozan. 44 seconds left to play in the third. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And the Spurs with possession here. And Walker kicks to Pirtle. Here's White. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Here's Schroeder, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Schroeder's got 5 now.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And stolen by Noel. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Now here's Diallo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And that one, good. And that's now 7 points for Dennis Schroeder.
And this is Schroeder's game, right? Get off the dribble drive with a quick first step. Nice.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting is... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Robertson. Nerlens Noel is out there with Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Diallo in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. The Thunder leading by 6. The pass to Noel. Muscala dishes to Schroeder. Kicks it to Noel. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Back to Bellinelli. Here's Gay. He's off on that one. So the Thunder will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Nobody near Schroeder. Zeller grabs the board.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ferguson's checked in. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Spurs. Mills in the corner. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Diallo. The Thunder with the lead. Out to the wing. Here's Muscala. And the Thunder another 3. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores. Great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impress you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
And here's Mills for 3, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low, Ferguson. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists here tonight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
I mean, to me, Kevin Harlan, you simply cannot give DeMar DeRozan that kind of positioning. This guy has proven he loves getting inside and working his magic.
Schroeder outside. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Gay. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Diallo. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Noel trying to break loose. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Spurs trail by 13. Mills passes to Derozan. And yes, it's good.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Schroeder passes to Ferguson. And the layup is good. Ferguson's got the lead up to 13 now for Oklahoma City.
Boy, we think of Dennis Schroeder as a natural-born scorer, but there he does a great job passing the basketball.
Here's Pirtle, and he banks in the layup. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Schroeder with the ball. Tries from 16, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Well, the Dennis Schroeder show is cooking on all cylinders right now. The defense has no answer.
Mills dishes to Pirtle. Ferguson with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 13.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Thunder.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And this will make it 31 victories for them on the year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Steven Adams.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Schroeder looking around, down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A confident win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Dort.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah, I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right here.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
The Thunder, no doubt, one of the NBA's best-dressed squads. Coming down the tunnel earlier tonight. Sure can. All right, D.A., thanks. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Now the pass to Booker. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from Booker. And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Well, it was, because they got to play a lot of the second half against the second unit. The guys that ordinarily would have been out there were stuck on the bench with all those fouls. Every shot in his arsenal, Devin Booker, is pretty impressive. He can shoot it from deep. He moves well without the basketball. He can create with others. He is a young offensive force and is an interesting player to watch in terms of what develops next.
It's stolen. 3-on-3. Adams with it. Bridges covering. Here's Dort.
Oh, that is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Rubio finds Johnson. Over Gallinari. A shot by Johnson, no good. Here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game. Now Booker lets it go with a 3. Second shot opportunity. Here's Ayton. It doesn't go for him. Adams, some nice D.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5 in that rim shrinking.
And stolen by Booker. Bridges with it. Now defended by Adams. Baseline try. Bridges shot. Good. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And it's Paul penetrating. Adams wide open. Pass to Dort. Adams dishes to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Goes back up. And Adams gets it to go down on the assist by Paul. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angle.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wrong? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Booker outside. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
And Booker, a fantastic shooter. When he's got his feet underneath him, he's one of the best in the league.
Schroeder against Carter. Here's Noel. Kicks it to Muscala. Oklahoma City moving it around. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. Carter against Schroeder. Gallinari outside. Shoots from the baseline. Rebound by the Suns. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Noel wide open. He fired. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Booker's got 9 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Thunder lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Aaron Baines. Charge is out there with Frank Kaminsky. Then there's Carter. And it's Jerome in at the point. Schroeder kicks to Ferguson. Nailed from three-point land. Ferguson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Saric. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Phoenix also making some changes. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Saric. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Just got a little ahead of himself going for that rebound and gets whistled for the over the back.
Yeah, just might have to take it down a notch there. Don't like the result of the foul. I like the tenacity, just not the foul.
Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Hall comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Adams, and it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got his second basket of the night.
Well, the motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
Up it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Johnson.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Paul, and there's another one for the Thunder.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Paul. That zone between the arc and the paint might be his favorite. A career 50% two-point shooter.
Shoots, and Rubio gets it to go on the assist by Kaminsky. The Thunder leading by 4. The drive by Paul, rebounded by Kaminsky.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to Johnson. Top of the key. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Paul passes to Noel. Back to Paul. And here's Diallo. He's covered by Ayton. Here's Adams out of bounds. He'll go to the Suns.
Well, that That's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. To the middle. Here's Paul. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
So creative right there. Paul's fantastic at finding ways to get inside and capitalize, whether it's him or a teammate.
Suns trail by 4. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
That one good for 2. Dort's got his third basket of the night right there.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Booker finds Rubio. Booker looking around. From outside, off the mark. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Utah Jazz. Here's Dort. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Chris Paul.
Well, tough to stick with Steven Adams on that play. Great at diving into the open space after the massive screen.
Here's Baines. Adams defending. To end the run. Up it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Baines.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Booker dishes to Carter. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Up again, and it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Carter down low. For 3, Booker, it's deflected, and they get it back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll. And
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant. Their play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the small forward. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
As Steven Adams has a big getting out and running in transition, making himself a big target on the fast break.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
But they recover it. And here's Booker from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Booker's got 12 points in the game.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Gallinari with it. Bridges covering. Dort passes to Gallinari. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Dort misses.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Here's Ayton. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one, Kevin. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Diallo kicks to Noel. Passes it to Schroeder. Off target from outside.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
The feed to Ayton. And stolen by Noel. Diallo the pass to Schroeder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And Noel throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off. Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
5 to shoot. It's Schroeder with the drive. Here's Robertson. His three-pointers off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Schroeder looking over the floor to the inside. And here's Diallo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to Robertson. Takes a three. No good that time. Suns trail by 18. Here's Booker. Phoenix, no good that time either. And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
It's really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit. So maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Phoenix, no good that time either.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Diallo kicks it over to Schroeder. From outside, off the mark.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Lets it fly from 18, and he connects with the jumper.
He's such a strong offensive player. Schroeder is capable of knocking down some mid-range shots if you give him some room.
Jerome, no good. From about 19 feet. That one a little long.
And I was sure that was money.
Oh, and he beat it.
Did they just do that, Kevin? They just did.
Oh, beats the buzzer.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Bridges and Saric make up the forwards. Carter out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Baines in at the 5 down low. Sinks the triple.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Paul with the ball. He feeds it to Adams. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on charge.
The power of Steven Adams, able to finish through contact, plus he's rewarded with a trip now to the free throw line.
And it's Carter missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Down low, kicks it out to Paul. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Bridges. Gallinari on the wing. Paul outside. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Oh, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
From the line, that one wide left.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9. Carter with a 3. Drops in the tray. Carter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Paul passes to Adams. And Baines pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
He'd love to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Paul for 3, buries it from 3-point range. And the Thunder lead by 21.
Well, what we've seen here tonight, Chris Paul can put points up on the board still in a hurry, just carrying the offensive load right now.
Carter kicks to Bridges. A 3 ball. They get it again. Out to Carter. Here's the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Carter's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the 3-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Now here's Paul. 1:51 left in the game. Fires from the wing. Doesn't go for it. The Suns go the other way with it. Bridges for 3. It's rebounded by Paul. Oklahoma City leading by 18. When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league. That the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Thunder.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Steven Adams.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Here's Baines, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
But they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
So no problem for Oklahoma City.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Man, this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges.
We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And checking out New Orleans. They're 5 spots away.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3. Far toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall, others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in game. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Gallinari passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Ball kicks to Favors, shoots over Adams, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Even before Lonzo filled into his frame, he had a gift for rebounding, and the stronger he gets, I think the more of those he's going to come up with.
Kept alive, Adams. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Favors. 9 points last game. Williamson kicks to Holiday. And there's the pass to Williamson. Back to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Williamson. The kick out to Holiday. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. 2 brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 4. Ingram attacking. And Adams sends it back. Deflects the pass. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Hey, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Back to ball. Feeds it to Favors. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. And Dort gets it to go.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Snatched up.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Ingram's running. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Yeah, you know, he's slight of build, lanky and long and athletic, but he still finishes through contact, and he's not afraid to go in there and take the hit either.
And the shot goes in.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Inside, here's Williamson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Pelicans trail by 7. Here's Redick. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Here's Hayes. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the
offense. The order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. J.J. Redick is out there with Jackson. And it's Melly in at the power forward position.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
You can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Hart the pass to Mellon. Over Muscala. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Mealy.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Reddick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Robertson, he's checked in. Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Hart kicks to Reddick. Clock at 6. Pass to Jackson. Dishes it to Okafor. Jackson trying to break free. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Okafor.
And not forget to box out Okafor on the glass. I mean, he is relentless in his attack.
Here's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Hart. Really had troubles in that loss to Sacramento. Outside, Reddick. Over Robertson. Reddick with the bucket. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Schroeder, right side. From outside the arc. Muscala misses.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Reddick surveying the D. Melly passes to Reddick. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Ferguson. Uncovered. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pelicans trail by 7. 1:41 left in the first half. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. We have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best who have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP.
Ball with the bucket.
You know, no matter what you throw at him, this kid is unflappable. He's muscling through defensive contact and still scoring. That's impressive.
Schroeder kicks to Adams. Over Okafor. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate, and that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Molinari, he's checked in for Noel. Diallo comes in for Terrence Ferguson. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Robertson. And Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And Holiday, here we go. Here's Hayes. The kick out to Holiday. And there's the feed to Hayes. Unable to get that one. Adams, some nice D. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
That's a 2 from Paul. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Paul's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder. And so it's Oklahoma City. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greeting a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were on a nice little roll. Thanks for joining.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The Thunder leading by 11. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. The shot's good from Paul.
You know, for a small guy, you got to respect how calm Paul is inside. I mean, he knows he can get his shot over anybody, but he's got to be crafty and clever to do so. Good display of patience there.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Gallinari for the 3. Adams. And it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got 7 points.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Right side Favors. It's stolen by Adams. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
Outside Holiday. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Holiday, no good. Shoots again, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Ball against Paul. Ball, the pass to Favors. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 3rd assist on the night. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Muscala, he's checked in for the Thunder. Here's Paul, and the rejection by Favors. And they're able to recover. Oklahoma City moving it around. And Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. A floater, and Derek Favors pulls it down.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Here's Melly. Gallinari covering. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. Pelicans pull it in. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Holiday? 9th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Okafor is checked in for Favors. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jackson. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Okafor gets the bucket.
Boy, the energy by Okafor on display there really just kind of willed that shot in over some pretty stingy defense.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Schroeder's got his 2nd bucket tonight. Pelicans trail by 15. Redick passes to Holiday. Back to Redick. He dishes it to Okafor. Outside, Redick. Back to Okafor. Fouled in the active, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
There's Noel, shakes him. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists now in the game. And so Holiday will bring it up for New Orleans. 15-point game. Redick passes to Hayes. There's the dish to Holiday. Knocked loose. Robertson with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. The shot's good from Robertson.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And Noel kicks to Diallo. There's the pass to Muscala. Lets it go with a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Muscala's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, downed up. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So the Pelican 5 right now. They're back, Ball and Redick. He's out there with Williamson. And it's Hart in at the small forward spot. A different look for Oklahoma City. Alinari comes in for Nerlens Noel. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Diallo. Derek Favors checked in for New Orleans. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. Adams, the pass to Schroeder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. Schroeder kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one is good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
To the paint. And here's Redick. Pass to Williamson. Just 5 to shoot. Dishes it to Ball. Gallinari with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 20. Now here's Schroeder. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good name. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. To the middle. Paul for three, bangs home the trifecta.
He's so aggressive offensively. I like his assertiveness. CP3 not taking 1 second extra to pull the trigger once he gets the pass.
Ingram dishes the ball. He kicks it to Redick. Inside, Williamson throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Gallinari.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Pass to Dort. For three. Pelicans pull it in. Moore outside. Pass to Melly. The pass to Alexander Walker. The three. And again, no good by New Orleans. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Muscala, he's checked in for the Thunder. Diallo comes in for Paul. And a change for the Pelicans. Okafor is checked in for Williamson. Robertson the pass to Muscala. Here's Nader. From deep. Passes to Diallo. From deep three-point range. Doesn't go that time. So the Pelicans will take it the other way.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Thunder.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steven Adams.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Ferguson, guarded by Jackson. Ferguson, the pass to Muscala. Here's Nader. Off on that one. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This game may not have been the most